I'm gonna be honest, there's just something about Mythic Plus that keeps pulling me back in, and yeah, I know that probably sounds stupid if you've seen how annoying this game mode can be sometimes. Bad groups, weird pulls, keys getting sold, somebody doing some dumb shit out of nowhere, one mistake, and suddenly the whole run feels cursed. All of that is real. But even with all that, I still keep queuing. And the reason is actually pretty simple. When Mythic Plus is good, it's really good. That's the whole thing. That's why I keep coming back. Because when you get one of those runs where everybody actually locks in, the pace feels right, people are doing what they're supposed to do, the dungeon starts flowing, and the whole key just clicks. Dude, it feels so good. It really does. And I think if you play Mythic Plus, you know exactly what I mean. You know that feeling when the run just has rhythm. The tank isn't doing random clown pulls. The healer looks comfortable. People are actually hitting interrupts. Nobody's panicking for no reason. Nobody's mentally gone after one death. Everybody just kind of understands the run. And once that happens, the key stops feeling like a bunch of random problems and starts feeling like something the group is actually controlling. That feeling is so satisfying because now you're not just in a dungeon pressing buttons. Now it feels like the run is alive and everybody's part of it. And honestly, that's one of the biggest reasons I keep queuing. A good Mythic Plus run feels earned. That matters to me a lot. There's a lot of content in WoW where you can kind of just show up, do the thing, and move on. And that's fine. I'm not even hating on that. Sometimes that's exactly what you want. But Mythic Plus usually doesn't feel like that. When a key goes well, it feels like it went well because people actually made it go well. Not perfectly, because let's be real, most pug keys are never perfect. There's always some weird stuff. But when it works, it feels like the group actually held the run together. That's satisfying in a different way, and I think part of what makes it so satisfying is that you know how easy it would have been for the whole thing to go sideways. That's the truth with Mythic Plus. One bad pull can change the pace. One person can start panicking. One death can make the group mood weird. One boss mistake can turn a clean run into, oh shit, are we actually throwing this? Because the mode is fragile like that, the runs that stay together feel even better. That contrast is a big part of the magic, honestly. A clean key feels good because you know how easy it is for a key to become complete nonsense. And when the nonsense doesn't happen, when the run actually stays stable all the way through, that feels amazing. Another reason I keep queuing Mythic Plus is because I genuinely like the feeling of improving at something that pushes back. That's a big one for me. And I don't just mean score or loot or whatever. I mean the actual feeling of getting cleaner. Like staying calm in a pool that used to make me freak out, seeing danger a little earlier than I used to, handling a boss mechanic better than I did last week, not making the same stupid mistake again, locking back in after something goes wrong instead of completely falling apart. That stuff feels really good because Mythic Plus doesn't really let you fake it forever. If you're weak somewhere, the game usually finds it. If your awareness is bad, it'll show. If you panic too fast, it'll show. If your movement is sloppy, greedy, late, whatever, yeah, it'll show. And yeah, that can be brutal. But it also means when you do get better, you can feel it. That's a huge part of why I keep coming back, because every now and then you'll have one of those moments where you realize, okay, a month ago, this would have been a disaster for me, and now it wasn't. That's progress. Maybe it's not huge, maybe it's not some giant score jump, maybe nobody else would even notice it, but you notice it, and when you notice it, it feels good as hell. That's something Mythic Plus does really well. It gives you those little moments where you can actually feel yourself becoming a better player, and I like that. I really do. I also think Mythic Plus just creates better moments than a lot of other content that matters too. Almost every session gives you something. A run that looked dead and somehow got saved. A pug group that actually felt human for once. A boss kill that should have gone bad but didn't. A really clean timer where everything just kind of lined up. A pull where everybody had to lock in and somehow it actually worked. That stuff sticks with you. And I think that's a big part of why the mode stays fun, because it keeps creating moments. Even when the moments are messy, they're still moments. It doesn't feel dead. The same key level can feel completely different depending on the group, the pace, the mood, the trust, all of it. One run feels smooth, the next one feels like a total circus. One group feels confident. The next group feels like they're one mistake away from losing their minds. That variety can definitely be frustrating, but it also keeps the mode alive. And honestly, I'd rather play something that feels alive than something that's technically fine but boring as hell. Mythic Plus is almost never boring to me. Annoying, absolutely. Stressful, sometimes, yeah. But boring, not really. There's always enough tension in it that the run matters. That's another huge reason I keep queuing. The key matters enough that I care. Timing it feels good. Depleting it feels bad. A close finish feels intense. A clean run feels satisfying. A save feels exciting. That's important. There's enough pressure there to make the result feel real, but at the same time, it's not like a giant raid commitment where 20 people are depending on you for 3 hours. It's smaller, faster, more immediate. You queue in, and within a few minutes, you already know what kind of run you're dealing with. That loop is strong. It's really easy to go again because the next run always feels close. Another group, another dungeon, another chance at getting one of those runs. That reminds you why the mode is so good. That's powerful, and honestly, I think that's why Mythic Plus gets in people's heads so hard. Even after a bad key, part of your brain is still going, yeah, but the next one could be the good one. And sometimes it is. Sometimes you get a run right after the worst nonsense imaginable, and suddenly everybody's calm, the route makes sense, pools are clean, people are actually helping each other, and the whole key feels incredible. That contrast is probably what keeps so many people hooked. The highs feel high enough that you're willing to deal with the lows, and for me, the highs are absolutely worth it. I also think one of the best things about Mythic Plus is when teamwork actually shows up. And yeah, I know saying teamwork in Pug Mythic Plus sounds a little crazy sometimes, but when it happens, you really feel it. You feel it when somebody covers a mistake instead of flaming it. You feel it when the healer stabilizes a pull that should have gone bad. You feel it when the tank reads the group right instead of ego pulling for no reason. You feel it when the DPS actually use utility and don't just tunnel damage like bots. You feel it when something gets scary and everybody just kind of locks in instead of mentally exploding. That stuff feels amazing because now the key isn't just 5 random people in a dungeon. Now it actually feels like a team. And in pugs, that's rare enough that when you get it, you really appreciate it. A good pug run has this feeling where everything just kind of clicks into place. Nobody's overthinking. Nobody's making it weird. Nobody's acting like they're above the run. Everybody's just there playing the key and the whole dungeon flows. That's a really hard feeling to beat. And I think that's why I keep queuing. Because once you've had enough runs like that, you know the feeling is real. It's not fake. It's not nostalgia. It's not some made up version of the game. It's real. And once you know it's real, it's hard to stop chasing it. That's probably the truth. I don't keep queuing Mythic Plus because it's always nice to me. It definitely isn't. Because one really good run resets your brain just enough to remind you why you're still here. And if you play enough Mythic Plus, you know that's true. You can have the most annoying session ever, and then one clean key happens, and suddenly you're like, yeah, okay, this is why I still do this. That's what keeps dragging me back. So yeah, that's really it. This is why I keep queuing Mythic Plus. Not because it's perfect, not because pugs are secretly amazing, not because every run is fun. I keep queuing because when Mythic Plus actually clicks, it gives me a feeling that's still hard to get anywhere else in WoW. And honestly, that feeling is strong enough that I'm probably gonna keep coming back for a long time. Because the next key might be the one, and most of the time, yeah, that's all it takes.
Watch wave. Watch wave. Ads coming. Knocking back. Watch your feet. Watch wave. Watch wave. Ads coming. Knocking back. Watch your feet. Watch wave. Watch wave. Ads coming. AOE incoming. Stay away from lines. Beam on you. Danger, danger. Stay away from lines. Watch your step. Knocking back. AOE incoming. Stay away from lines. Beam on you. Danger, danger. Stay away from lines. Watch your step.